There's a scene in Luck by Chance where Farhan sees Shah Rukh Khan, and that is one of the best scenes I've ever seen in cinema. That is as real as it can get when Shah Rukh talks about fame and says, "Ye nasha hai." It is tough to handle, right?
It is difficult,
Yeah,
you know.
it is.
There are people that are comfortable with that. There are people that are not comfortable with that level of scrutiny or being, being idolized in that particular way. And there is a pros to it and there are cons to it.
Yeah.
Like SRK says, and what he kind of also believes, I think, on a level is just keep your feet on the ground, you know.
What is your take on this generation having all the access, everything at the click of a button?
I think it's an individual choice.
Right.
Because I don't think it's impossible to do a good job or it's impossible to remain focused today in spite of everything.
Right.
And I'm sure back then, even though people didn't have,
Who's most likely to be the best dancer of the group?
Oh God, they
Someone
all
who gets it in one shot.
Vedang does it like he
gets
looks
it.
like
No,
he
but
gets
Dilton,
it. But I'm sure they
Yuvraj.
all do.
Yuvraj is amazing.
Okay. Wow, that's-
Suhana's amazing. Even Aditi's amazing. They're all really
They're all
good.
really good.
Yeah.
Okay. Zoya, Reema, as you guys can see, Bollywood Hangama absolutely loves you guys. So that's why I'm back. Thank you once again for your time.
Thank you for having us again.
Yes, very excited. As excited, I think you are nerves. You said nervous as we are getting closer to the date.
Always.
Always.
I mean, if somebody tells you they're not nervous at all, they're lying.
Lying, right?
Yeah.
You?
Yeah, obviously there is a little bit of nerves, but I've also seen the film and I'm really excited for the for people to watch it and for the response.
Can't wait, can't wait. I'm going to take you back and ask you that, when you work with all kinds of stars, like the biggest stars in the industry, what is the one thing that you observe when there are newcomers, and what is the one thing that you wish they can retain always?
Wow. What they can retain is, they come in with that enthusiasm of making the most of it, of enjoying every minute of it, because everything is new for them.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to retain that because it's not new.
Yeah,
As you keep doing it, you sometimes tend to get jaded, but hopefully they can have a bit of the Anil Kapoor in them, who still comes to set like a newcomer and hold on to that magic. And honestly, I think that comes from a place of gratitude. That comes from, thank God I get to do what I love, and the people that have that, Ranveer has a bit of that, the people that have that sense that I love my job and I'm grateful for it, they retain it. So I hope they have that.
Right, and I see, especially these, all of them, I see a lot of this in that you're saying, that, they are grateful, they are well brought up kids, all of them, each one of them. So I see a lot of that in them, right? What would you think they should always retain, that one good quality?
I think, like Zoya is saying, the enthusiasm, not to get jaded. And I think that most people who are doing well today, in some way have been able to retain that.
There's a scene in Luck by Chance where Farhan sees Shah Rukh Khan, and that is one of the best scenes I've ever seen in cinema. It's so powerful, so impactful that it stays with me. I can shut my eyes and see the full scene. Do you think that is as real as it can get when Shah Rukh talks about fame and says, "Ye nasha hai"? It is tough to handle, right?
I mean, yes, it is tough to handle. I think there's a level of adulation that actors get in this country that can be very heady.
Yeah.
And, you're put on a pedestal and it is difficult, There are people that are comfortable with that. There are people that are not comfortable with that level of scrutiny or being, being idolized in that particular way. And there is a pros to it and there are cons to it, as with everything.
Right.
So there is, and for some people it's difficult to maybe maintain your sanity in that, and what SRK says, and what he kind of also believes, I think, on a level is just keep your feet on the ground,
Yeah. Especially this generation, they are born and raised in times where there's so much distraction. Like earlier, an actor would just be acting on a set. Today, they have mobiles, social media, look and pictures and everything. Do you think we only as a system, the way it is, media, paparazzi, everything, social media, kind of spoiling them as well? Spoiling everyone, not these
I think it's an individual choice. When it comes to how much you share,
Yeah.
I think, see, yes, there is paparazzi, and paparazzi will come and photograph you, and that sometimes is it's not your
Correct.
call. You know,
Decision,
you'll be
yeah.
photographed, and that's part and parcel of being a celebrity now. That you get photographed outside a place if you're seen or whatever. So that I think they know that comes with the territory. But how
Right.
much you share
Right.
on your social media, and how much do you want to be visible, and how much access you want to give, and how much of your life you want to give out, that's up to you.
That's up to you, right?
Yeah.
You know, say same thoughts. Like, are you a social media person?
Not very,
We
not
see
not
that.
very SM savvy. Not.
Right, right. And you know, say like, you know, what is your take on this generation having all the access, everything at the click of a button?
You know, like Zoya is saying, I think it's an individual choice.
Right.
Because I don't think it's impossible to do a good job, or it's impossible to remain focused today in spite of everything.
Right.
And I'm sure back then, even though people didn't have technology, there were other things, you know. So it's really how you as an individual approach your work, and how much focus and devotion are you planning to, wanting to give to it.
Right.
And approach your life. Like, how much
Bigger
do you
things in
want
it,
to, how accessible do you want to be? How much do you want to, I mean, do you feel the need to be seen every day?
Yeah,
You
true,
know, do you feel the need to share everything? I mean, do you want to, it's your private personal life. How much do you want to give out?
Right. Having made this one, on one side you've made films with bigger stars. What was the biggest, when you were on the set with them, and of course, the art direction of this is another story altogether. Were there challenges as well in this?
Challenges in terms of what?
On shooting it, on filming it?
Yes, of course. There's challenges
would
on
be
every
the-
film.
what would
The weather was a big challenge. COVID was a big challenge because we had to push the film because a lot of the crew got COVID because we were at the end stage of it.
Okay.
Yeah, so we had to push the film. When we pushed the film and went to Ooty, the rains came earlier. We had found another location for the park, but then there was some kind of civil strife there, so we couldn't go there. We had to move locations. So, I mean, every logistics are
Yeah, and I
a
think
big
it's
deal.
big.
When it's a
Yeah.
period film, the logistics
Period
become
film,
that
yeah.
much more
Yeah.
complicated.
There are a
Be
lot
very
of
careful.
variables in filmmaking, and yeah.
Right.
So, of
You know,
course.
today when we sit here, you look at this, we've all grown up on this, and you see your name against Archies, Netflix. What goes through your mind?
I mean, it still hasn't, I think I've been so in it that somewhere
Right, not
it's not
sunk in.
hit me
Yeah.
that I made the first Archie movie. Like, it's
Yeah, it's
crazy.
your movie.
Yeah, but it's a big deal. It's a big deal
Yeah.
for me. Yeah, if I had to make a kids film,
Right.
which I hadn't thought of doing,
Right.
this one's it.
This one's it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play a game with both of you just to get to know even your actors. There's so much interest in them. And let's do this and let's have some fun.
Okay,
Okay, who's most likely to be the best dancer of the group?
they're all very good. Yeah.
Okay, if you
I mean, oh God, they're
someone
all
who
good.
gets it in one shot.
I don't know. I think Vedang does it like he
Gets
looks
it.
like
No,
he
but
gets
Dilton,
it. But I'm sure they
Yuvraj.
all do.
Yuvraj is amazing.
Okay.
Suhana's amazing. Even Aditi's amazing. They're all
They're
really
all
good.
really good.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's most likely to be the notorious child of the group? This
Aggie.
you've told me before.
Agastya.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you stick to your answer.
Yeah, yeah.
You agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, okay. Who's most likely to be found eating after every shot? Or
Mihir.
Mihir? Is he because of diet or he just loves food?
He just loves food.
Okay. Who's most likely to get that one take and wow, you will be like, wow.
In one take. I think Suhana.
Suhana.
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay. Same? Yeah, you would go with Suhana?
Yeah, I mean, that will be more
Zoya's-
a Zoya question,
okay.
because I.
Okay, you tell me who's the most clumsy when you've seen them around having fun?
None of them are clumsy. They're very, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Who spends the most time on the phone? If you've observed them just between shots when they're allowed to.
On the phone. Khushi listens to music all the time.
Okay.
And she's playing it off her phone.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's most likely to be the prankster in this set?
Aggie. Agastya.
Agastya.
Okay, wow, he's all the naughty and prankster kids' answers are going there, I can see. Who's most likely to be the party animal of the group? Do you think any one of them is like, we are done for the day, let's party?
I mean, I think all of them, because
think
they
all of them,
found
they're so young.
Yeah.
those, where we were staying there in Ooty, it's very hard to find a place to party, and they did. So I
Yeah.
think all of them.
Right. Who's most likely to get tattoos.
Khushi.
You
Yeah.
think so? You also think so? You've known all
Yeah,
of them?
Khushi.
Khushi? Okay.
Yeah, this I'll defer to Zoya.
Okay. Who's most likely to cancel plans at the last moment? And if you'll have to meet or something and be like, I'm not coming.
Maybe Aditi.
Maybe Aditi?
Yeah.
That's because?
Because sometimes, I mean, she does a lot of she does a lot of her own work, music, and I think sometimes when inspiration hits, she just will stay and write her song. You know, she's a reader. She has a lot of varied interests, so she's quite capable of saying, "I'm going to skip this one." Yeah.
Right. There is a lot of interest in her, I have to say. Who's most likely to be the most chatty person in your WhatsApp groups, whatever you all have?
Moose, Rudra.
Yeah?
Yeah, he plays Moose. He's very chatty.
Okay. And who's most likely to be on a call just asking people, how do I do this, getting nervous, and just trying to, give you the best because they want to give you the best?
Vedang.
Yeah?
He wants to do every. Yeah, he's very like earnest with that. Yeah.
Who's most likely to, give others the best compliments? And
They
all
all
of them
are.
do that.
They
right?
all.
They all do that.
Yeah, they all compliment each other.
Yeah.
All.
This is a big support group to each other, right?
I hope it stays that way.
I hope it stays that way too. The way you all have, they have started with you, Zoya. The way you've groomed them and whatever they've learned, I think they have so far in the best hands. And really hope, like you guys said, that they stay this way. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so
you.
much.